Hassan with the Houthi. Like people like he interviewed the Houthi, okay, but other news organizations.
Explain the context.
Well, you explain the context because I'm going to be worse at explaining the context.
So basically, a lot of countries in the Middle East don't really support Palestine. They pull out and they're complacent.
Every country in the Middle East loves to support Palestine in their newspapers and their articles, but nobody wants to fuck with the United States. So behind the scenes, they're all making deals with the U.S. And this is such a dangerous topic for me to discuss just because I want to be able to go back to Lebanon one day, but fuck me. I know that behind the scenes, a lot of these guys are working with the Israelis because they want to work with the United States. Because if you don't work with the United States, they will black you out, they will fuck your life up, and they will destroy you. And the fact of the matter is, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Frogan. It's just so frustrating, this shit. But like, yeah, dude. So a lot of countries pretend to like them, and the only people who are actually fighting pretend to be pro the Palestinians, but nobody really cares about us.
Yeah, so it's typically the countries that are also being fucked with that are in support of Palestinians. So one way people have been being anti-Israel in the Middle East is blockading ship paths and taking over ships. And the people that were doing it in particular were the Houthis, which are Yemenis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there's one Yemeni kid, he's 19 years old. He went viral because everyone thought he was so hot. And they called him Timothy Chalamet.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So yeah.
He looks like a Johnny Depp little pirate. But Hassan interviewed him to kind of see like what are they doing out there, what's going on, and basically everyone accused them of platforming terrorism and.
Because the U.S. added Houthis onto the list of terrorism again after the attack.
Houthis were recently taken off.
Yeah.
They were just recently taken off the list. And then they put them back on after they did this with the ships. And they're doing this because they're saying because of Israel. They're blockading Israel. They're not doing anything. But this is what the crazy thing to me is that the whole world can see that this is. I mean, the whole world. South Africa is putting on genocide trials. They're putting on trials in the United Nations. Everyone but America and its allies are going. This is a genocide.
Right.
And the fact is that now if you fight against the genocide, the America labels you as a terrorist. And if you speak up against it, they shut you down. They will fuck your life up. Right now, probably because of this podcast, we are probably going to be blacklisted. They will ruin your life. And all we're doing is saying, and this is what we're saying, don't kill civilians. Please. Just stop. That is fucked up. And I think that all lives are equal. If a Jewish life dies or a fucking Palestinian life dies, treat them the same. And the fact is, if you fight the American army or if you fight the American military industrial complex, they fucking will just ruin your life.
Right.
So Hassan interviews this guy, which other news outlets have. And everyone's like, look, he's a terrorist. He's a horrible person. And it's like, it's crazy because he's Muslim, because he's like Arab adjacent, Turkish, that he gets a lot of heat that even the fucking leftists, dude, it's so disgusting because I know, like, if you look at Hassan that way, how the fuck are you looking at us? Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at a fucking a white person in the Middle East that way, the fucking, another colonizer of us, motherfucker, he a colonizer.
Do you want me to tell you what Hassan talked to him about?
What?
One Piece.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, they were like, you're humanizing him. But the issue is that you kind of need to humanize these rebel groups because dehumanizing them is causing more wars. Is causing more issues. I'm not saying that you're not trying to promote what bad things, right?
Right.
But if someone comes on and they're like, "Hey, it's because of Israel," like,
I have a take that'll get us canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
People, you know what?
Is it gonna get us canceled?
It's my tweet I tweeted October 7th. I was gonna say, people don't want people to fight back against power, against oppression until it actually happens.
Okay, I get your October 7th tweet. Here's the thing. It's the same thing with like the BLM movement. Like when people were like rioting, they were like, "Oh, this is not the way to do it." But there's not really a good way to fight against oppression.
Yeah, revolution is never going to be sexy.
There's not a good way to fight against oppression. Again, you say this, you said it 100 times. No civilian should die.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting. But in my head, I've said this 1,000 times. Who can I blame for October 7th? Israel. Every day. Because they funded these fucking guys. They did the blockades. They've caused extremists in Gaza from fucking blocking them off and cutting off their food, their fucking water. They smuggle in Gaza KFC through tunnels. KFC. You can't get fucking KFC. And they're like, no, that's their fault. I'm like, no, it's not. My mom tried to go into Gaza. They told her no.
I mean, even like Palestinians even tried protesting peacefully. People ended up dead.
They shot them when they protest peacefully. There's no, like, you created extremism, and then when extremism bites you back, you cry and go, well, why would you do that? It's like, dude, everyone sees it now for what it is.
Did you know that most of the people in Hamas are orphans?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The thing is, like, here's the deal. You don't want Hamas as ruler, right?
Yeah, no,
you don't
of
want
course
Hamas
not.
as ruler. I don't want Hamas. Obviously, I want a secular society. I don't want a religious society in Israel, and I don't want a religious society in Palestine. That's disgusting to me personally. The idea of having a Jewish state, to me, is insane, because if you have a state that's just for a certain people, you are then excluding other people, creating therefore an apartheid state.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
I remember back in the day, Hanan Ashrawi, she's a big advocate for Palestinians. She was like, they're like, you don't say there's no Jewish state. She's like, I don't want any state that's an ethno-state. The idea of an ethno-state is insane, because then slippery slope down that fucking hill. What about a white Christian nation? We don't have one of those. We need one of those. Let's get a white Christian nation. White people are oppressed in some
They
places.
want it. Some of
I
them
know they want
want
it.
it.
The people who fucking comment bad shit under these podcasts are the people who want a white Christian nation. Motherfucker, do you really, white people, okay, white Christian people, you really want to go out and only see the same motherfucker that can't dance? I don't want to do that.
They want to be in that episode of SpongeBob wherever Squidward moved into the ethno state and he'd be like at the grocery store riding his bike, playing the clarinet. He got fucking bored
He got bored.
and depressed. Remember that?
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, like, having multicultural stuff, you get different ideas, you get different opinions, you get different, like, it's always better. It is never worse. You know what actually bothers me sometimes about going to Lebanon? It's the same motherfucker copy and pasted 1,000 times. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I want to go.
She's an ethno-state fan. You know what, white people, we're back on your side. Let's do it. You know what, Israel? I'm on your side now. Dude, it's weird in Lebanon, like, legitimately, everyone looks the same. They all talk the same. They're all kind of the same. It's wild.
Here's the thing, though. I grew up around diversity, but also not really, because I lived among so many fucking Arabs that, like,
It's not good, right?
No.
It's not good. The idea of being in a place that's just for you is not good. I love that I live in California. If I want to go to Arab Street and have some Arabic food, I'll go to Arab Street. I want to go to Vietnamese Street, I go to Vietnamese Street, okay? If I want to have Chinese food, it's there. I had Ethiopian food the other day. I can do whatever I want here. But when you go to, like, certain countries, they're like, ah, man, we don't have that. The mixture, the melting pot is the greatest thing ever.
yeah.
You know? It's like the fact that we could sit Jew, Muslim, Christian in the same room. Obviously, none of us are religious, but I'm just saying hypothetically. And that is more beautiful and amazing than the fact that it's like, oh, welcome to the state where we all look the same. You're going to feel welcome here because we're all the same. It's like, fuck, dude, you want to live in the fucking Truman Show? I'm going to put Raff in a little Jewish Truman Show. You know,
Please.
in Israel.
I need the clout. I need the experience.